I'm Jeff Siegel. Welcome to our Thursday SantaAnita.com seminar. Good 8-race program to deal with. Couple of races we're going to pass, though. It's not an easy card, and want to pick our spots, see if we can maximize our investment. First race is a race I'm going to pass. No play here, although there are different directions that you could go in and maybe try to get a price. You've got number 2, Misty Carmel, the Vladimir Serin trained filly with P-Val aboard. Had kind of a rough trip in her only start. Maybe she's better than that. Prisa Luna, blinkers on, first time Lasix for Ron Ellis. I think that maybe she might be better than shown. You've got Zora, first time for a tag. That's the number 5 filly on the program with Rafael Bejarano. And then the bottom horse, Marry Me One More Time, dropping in class for Brian Corner. So any of those horses look like capable, they could be capable of winning in the small field. I don't have an ability to separate them, so I'm going to pass the first race and sit out the first. And I'm also going to pass the second race as well. 6.5 down the hill, maiden special weight for older horses, and I don't trust any of these. The Hastings Invader looks a little bit interesting. Number 7, Ain for Carla Grains. Looks like he might have a decent style for the course. On numbers, he's a fit, but workouts are just moderate. So I'm going to pass the first and second races and see if we can concentrate just on the pick 6 races. Pick 6 beginning in race number 3. So let's go to the third. This is an interesting race. It's a claiming event, $25,000 tag. Non-winners of 2. 3 main contenders here. Number 2, Spectacular Slew for Bob Baffert's training very well. He's coming off a pretty solid effort at the level over at Hollywood Park, and I think he has a little bit of improvement in him. So definitely use number 2, Spectacular Slew. Number 3, Peacock Alliance hasn't been out since last March, so making a comeback here for Dan Hendricks, but is training like he is fit and ready, and on the basis of that, he certainly has a chance to act with these. Was a useful sort of horse last year as a 3-year-old, and the little bit of a layoff, and then the good recent works indicate that maybe he might be a little bit better now than he was last year. And then Obscess, I would definitely have to use this one for Hector Palma with P-Val riding him back. He's got good speed, good outside draw, and won't have to improve all that much to win. So that's how I see the race. The 2, 3, and 6. Spectacular Slew, Peacock Alliance, and Obsess. Maybe slight preference to the Baffert horse, number 2, Spectacular Slew, but I'm going to use all 3 in my rolling exotics. Maiden claimers, older horses in for $30,000, compete in the race number 4 on the program, and you've got an even money shot and an 8-5 shot on the morning line. That's Flying Continental, number 4. He's the favorite, and then Espirito Santo, the second choice, and nobody else seems to matter in this race. It's obviously a 2-horse race on paper with Fleet Continental for Oscar Garcia coming off a pretty good race. That was back in late December, and he earned a pretty good number in the process. Repeat of that race is probably going to be good enough to win, but Espirito Santo is an interesting horse in from Saratoga, making his local debut for Eric Guillot. Ran pretty well in his only start, and should be competitive in this soft spot. So I'm going to use them both, 4 and 7. Obviously no straight play, and the exacta doesn't really offer any kind of value at all. But if you're playing a rolling exotic like the pick 6, then I would definitely use them both, 4 and 7, Fleet Continental and Espirito Santo. Fifth race, now we're going to get into some maybe a chance for a price. The numbers I'm going to use here in the 6.5 down the hill maiden race for 3-year-old fillies are numbers 5, 6, and 8. Number 5 is Cadazzle, 6 is Ricketyracketyruss, and number 8 is Working at Night. So a 3-horse exacta or trifecta box here. And the horse that I prefer on top is number 5, Cadazzle. This is a Tom Proctor trained filly, daughter of Malibu Moon. Showed some promise for when trained by Todd Pletcher as a 2-year-old. Actually ran well in her debut at Saratoga and then kind of steadily went backwards. But now she arrives in California. She's training very well. We know she can run well fresh. And if she handles the grass, I think she will be very tough, and right now on the morning line at 4-1, that looks to me to be very attractive. So number 5, Cadazzle is my top selection, but you have to use the others as well. Ricketyracketyruss, number 6 on your program, is coming off a much improved effort in her first start on grass. That was a mile. She's backing up to 6.5. That's no issue at all. So it was Rosario and Sadler and a 113 flat, actually a 46 flat work showing since that last race. Number 6, Ricketyracketyruss, is a major contender, and then then number 8, Working at Night. Like the possibility of this daughter of Tiz now. Couple of runs, even efforts, decent numbers, and the Mullins trained filly has further improvement in her, I'm sure. And she's another one, if she improves on the grass, she's right there. So a pretty good exacta or trifecta box here. 5, 6, and 8. Preference to number 5, Cadazzle, but use all 3 in your rolling exotics. 6th race, a claiming event, and I don't see any reason why number 8, Skellytown, can't win again. He's coming off a win for 10, now he's in for 8. He obviously has his issues, but I like the way he won his last race. He was down on the inside, he was blocked, he had to squeeze through a small opening. I thought he showed some moxie and some of the old class that he had. So I don't really see any reason why he can't win again. And, let's hope that he can run 2 alike, which this past classer has done in the past. It's a bottom run claiming event, and the pace situation looks moderate. I think Skellytown can kind of draft in somewhere in the middle and make his run. So let's go with number 8, Skellytown, as a rolling exotic single. It's number 8, Skellytown, in today's 6th race at Santa Anita. 7th race down the hill, a pretty good allowance race, and we're going to go 3 deep here on a 6-horse field, which means there's no real value in any kind of straight or exotic plays, but I'm going to have to go 3 deep if I'm playing a rolling exotic. Number 1, Metropolitan Man is coming back from England. He won his only start at Keeneland like a really fast horse. Then he was sent to Royal Ascot, where he was non-competitive in a pretty good stake. Now he hasn't been out since June, but he's training like he's fit and ready for Vladimir Serin. It's B-Val on the inside draw, and he looks like the quickest of the quick. So use number 1, Metropolitan Man. Also number 5, Dime. He's got good form against starter company. His numbers are improving. It looks like he's got the right style for the 6.5 down the hill course, and Bejarano takes them out. And then the other stranger danger, number 6, Diamond Geezah. Debuts for Mike Mitchell in Lasix for Jim Rome's stable, and his form over in England was pretty useful against horses that were maybe a little better than this, and he's training like he's ready to roll. So Diamond Geezah, definitely dangerous with Joe Talamo. So really can't separate the 3. I think any one of the 3 could win, so I'll use all 3. Numbers 1, 5, and 6. No real strong preference, but definitely use all 3 in your rolling exotics. Maiden claimers, and for 20,000, this is the bottom of the barrel, go in the 8th race. And I'll go 3 deep here. Number 3, Forward Commitment, is a hard horse to trust. He's a 16-race maiden, but he did finish well after getting shuffled back in his last start. And if he runs back to his last start, he may be able to win a race finally. Number 3, Forward Commitment. Also number 6, Pleasant Earth. Blinkers on here for Melody Conlon. First time for a tag play and switching, or retaining, I should say, Rosario. So Pleasant Earth has plenty of factors in his corner that make him a contender, which is why he's 2-1 in the morning line. And number 9, Breakmark. P-Val on an outside post in the money in his last 3. Won't have to improve all that much. Should get a good stalking trip. So use number 9, Breakmark. So the numbers 3, 6, and 9. Use all 3 in all of your rolling exotics, such as the pick 6, the late pick 4, and of course any kind of rolling doubles and pick 3s you might be playing. That finishes it off for today. That's our Thursday SantaAnita.com seminar. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.